is not an easy city to describe, but from the very moment we landed, I knew this would be a different kind of trip. Chaotic, certainly, but full of life. And that is exactly what I want to share with you in this video. So we are just right here to get our tour away to Naples once and for all.
Yes.
It's been a long time waiting for this trip actually.
Yes.
So we see you there
In Naples.
We departed from CPH Airport in Copenhagen on April 15. We boarded a direct flight to Naples, Italy, which lasted about 2.5 hours and covered a distance of 1,600 kilometers. The flight was calm and uneventful, giving us a peaceful start before diving into the energy of the adventure ahead of us. We landed around noon, but as soon as we stepped out of the airport, the city's chaos hit me right away. Cars honking and loud voices coming from every corner. It's a kind of energy that is completely different from what you typically experience in Northern Europe. Noise, motion, and life in every corner. At first, it was a bit overwhelming, but we got used to it eventually.
Quasi tenuto, risponde a tutte le domande e dimostra che era roba sua.
So we are on our first day here in Naples.
Yes.
With my beautiful wifey right here, and we are on our way to our first stop, and let's do a chill but certainly chaotic photo walk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do this. On our second day, we decided to fully immerse ourselves in Naples' historic center. I went out with my Canon 5D Mark III, and since I was not very familiar with the area, I chose to keep it simple and reliable by using my nifty 50 f1.8 lens. We started at the imposing Duomo di Santa Maria Assunta, an architectural jewel, and from there we sorta improvised. We walked without a fixed route, letting ourselves be carried away by the streets. Obviously, we passed through the most iconic ones, like via the Tribunali and Spaccanapoli. Without planning it, we came across the statue of Pulcinella, and I didn't even remember it was actually in Naples. It was one of those magical moments of the trip. Alright, so today is Thursday, 17th, 2025, and well, for this trip in particular, I'm using my Canon 5D Mark III, and since I got familiarized already with the streets here in Napoli, I'm gonna use for the first time since Copenhagen actually, I've been using this 85mm Canon EF 85mm f1.8 USM, and I'm gonna use this one today. This is how it's going to go. This is the plan for today. next day was more relaxed. We walked along the Lungomare, Naples waterfront, along Via Francesco Caracciolo. We arrived at the Castello dell'Ovo and later had lunch at a restaurant near the sea. After that, we continued walking north until we reached the Castel Nuovo, also passing by the Basilica of San Francesco da Paola and the Royal Palace, all on foot, without rushing. One of those days where you simply let yourself go. Buenos días, aquí desde Nápoles y bueno, es otro día aquí, nuestro tercer día y bueno, el plan de nosotros el día de hoy va a ser muy sencillo y lo que queremos hacer es comenzar nuestro día visitando las catacumbas de San Gennaro. Creo que es un landmark bastante característico de esta ciudad y desde allí, no sé, pensamos visitar de nuevo el centro, no estamos seguros y bueno, vamos a ver si eso de verdad pasa en primer lugar, pero en cualquier modo, pensamos que, bueno, queremos pasear por el centro y ver qué pasa, e improvisar y, bueno, pasarla bien como siempre. On the last day, we went to the Catacombs of San Gennaro. To get there, we had to cross the north of the historic center, and that's where we experienced Neapolitan traffic in all of its glory. Motorcycles everywhere, without rules, without respect for pedestrians. It reminded me a lot of Western Caracas back in the day. Despite the chaos, we arrived well and joined a guided tour, but... Bueno, acabamos de salir de las catacumbas, sí.
Ah, ok.
No, nada. Acabamos de salir de las catacumbas y lamentablemente no nos dejaron grabar.
Sí.
Por requerimiento del Vaticano. Pero si lo quieren ver, bueno, tienen que ir ustedes mismos. Naples is not a city that welcomes you with open arms necessarily. It's more like a whirlwind that absorbs you, and if you let yourself go, it transforms you a bit inside. It's noisy, intense, unpredictable, but also deeply human. But what struck me the most was that Naples taught me what life is really about. Here, it's not about achievements or being productive all the time. People work to live, that is true, but they do not live to work. And that, in the end, is what I take away from this trip. So the plan today, actually I don't know what that is.
Vamos a tomar un break ahora y luego nos podemos ir a almorzar a algún lado.
Apenas es mediodía.
I know.